We drift further apart. Joining us right now is Pastor Rod Parsley, the author of Culturally Incorrect, How Clashing Worldviews Affect Your Future. Good morning to you, Pastor.
Good morning. It's great to be here, Steve.
What's going on in this country?
Well, the dichotomy is so great that the polarization is so huge. Mm-hmm. The separation politically and culturally, spiritually, we're a deeply divided people. Red state, blue state, left, right, all this separation. And I refuse to be another screaming voice trying to move people to political extremes in the name of patriotism. I really do believe that a common sense consensus can be reached. Even in the midst of inflamed and polarized passions, if some way we can cut through the clutter of these conflicting extremes.
And then the consensus is what?
Well, the consensus is that actions follow assumptions. Behaviors and opinions are downstream. If you follow that stream, like a salmon to its headwaters, what you find is a worldview. What we're attempting to do is get folks to understand. You know, one of the reasons I wrote the book is I watch things like Rosie O'Donnell and Alec Baldwin, and rather than desiring to stay at a safe distance behind our sanctuary doors and hurl stones from that distance, I sought to try to understand why their views were so diametrically opposed to my views.
And what's the answer?
Well, the answer is that it all begins with worldview. If your presuppositions, if your assumptions are wrong to begin with, you can have reason and logic, and they can be well-founded, but you're going to come to the wrong conclusion.
So are you saying Rosie, Alec Baldwin, people like that are wrong?
Well, I think they start with the wrong assumption. What we contend for is the accuracy and the authenticity of our worldview, which is a biblical worldview that believes that man is fallen and in need of redemption. I believe that only biblical Christianity offers the answers to the most pressing questions that we face. When folks say, well, why would 240,000 people be killed in a tsunami if there's a God? Why terrorism? You know, our country is fighting two wars right now. One against the rabid Islamofascist ideologies animated by global terrorism. The other's right here at home. And America struggles within herself. And in that struggle, there is hope. It's Dickens, the worst of times, the best of times. I need to say that it's against our religion to impose our religion. That's how terrorists operate, by coercion, not by persuasion.
It is provocative. You can read all about it in Culturally Incorrect. Pastor Rod Parsley, we thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.